Hello, and welcome to my podcast, Cars at the Kitchen Table. And we're going to be sharing all of our favorite stories of cars, so stay tuned. So why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Kathy.
My name is Sally Griffin.
And I'm Greg.
Now, everybody remembers the first car that they grew up with. For me, I grew up with a Pontiac Firebird, but my mother originally had a Camaro and my dad had a Buick. And so cars were always a part of my life. And so what sorts of cars do you remember growing up with when you were younger?
The car we had when I was just a little tot was a Model SX.
My mother was expecting me in 1938. She went by train from Oregon to Detroit to pick up a brand new 1938 Packard. And she and a friend drove it back to Oregon.
Now we're going to be taking a little bit of a break, but when we come back, we're going to be talking about how you got your cars and what made you get them. Hello and welcome back to the kitchen table. We're going to transition into talking about some of the first cars that my mom and grandparents bought. So what were some of the cars that you remember that stand out most in your mind that you really wanted to buy or drive?
I ended up selecting a original 65 Mustang.
Well, see, the thing is, when Grandpapa worked for Ford, he could lease a car for me for $50 a month. And the only thing I had to do was put gas in it. And so we were always getting a new car every year, and Grandpapa would get one, every 3 to 6 months.
We're going to take one more break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about how my mom ended up buying the Firebird that I now drive. And so we'll be right back. So welcome back to the kitchen table. So now, Mommy, what made you buy the Firebird?
Well, the Firebird was in a corner field, with a for sale sign on it, and your dad saw it. Before I could even start the car, you're like, does this radio get Sam and Lisa?
Yeah, I remember messing with the radio and trying to figure out what station.
Because it was very important that you listen to K-Bay and Sam and Lisa in the morning, because that was what we did every morning.
So that is the story of how we got our Pontiac Firebird, and now that you have a better understanding of where my family got their love of cars, I hope to share that with you all. So thank you for listening in to the kitchen table, and we hope that you tune into the rest of our podcasts.